both my husband and I are vegetarians, and we know Birgit from just out and about. We know her because she's done various events, and she's been working in the third sector in Birmingham for quite a while, and that's a sector that we both work in. Because our wedding, we wanted to be vegetarian, along with a lot of vegans in the group as well. We decided to use Change Kitchen because of its great food, really, that's vegan. We decided to use Change Kitchen because of its excellent vegan food. We've tasted it many times in different places. Birgit's obviously really successful in what she does, so we met her many times, we tasted her food, and we felt that this was the right thing for us for our wedding. Plus, we like the business model where she works with unemployed people, homeless people, to enable them to gain skills in a catering environment, to help them with their work chances in the future. I think we had about 120.
Okay.
And it was families mainly, people of all ages. Tiny. He was a little baby then, and grandparents, and extended family, friends. So yeah, it was. We rented the hall at All Saints Church, just down the road at Kinsey. We had, well, obviously everything was vegan. I think we had a starter with some dips and things, which was really nice. Then we had some main, I think we had like a cauliflower bake and some that beautiful Bavarian green bean dish that she does. Various other dips and things, and then for dessert was some lovely little vanilla and chocolate individual mousses, vegan mousses with tiny little spoons. They were really cute. The kids loved those. So what I liked about it was that the food was just put out on tables for people to share. Possibly too much of it because people had been grazing before they actually sat down, because we had a few canapes before, which were delicious. I actually can't remember what they were. I should have had a look at the menu. But our requirements were just food that would appeal to lots of different people. We did warn in advance people who aren't vegetarians that they just had to put up with the fact that there was no meat, and I think they were fine with that. We knew what we were going to use. There was no question really once we decided on Birgit. I think we just had a think, and then we just decided we'd use Birgit, and that was it. There was no other discussion at all. Once we booked her, that was it. It was just, we knew. And we had various kind of meetings with her to look at the menu. She came to our house a couple of times, and we got everything organised, and we hammered out a few ideas, and she came back with a couple of alternative menus. And each time, we perfected it over a few stages. We just know about her just because we're on the in the scene. We just knew. Yeah, we just know her from out and about. We both work in the charity sector in Birmingham. We both work in the charity sector in Birmingham, and so we just knew about her. I actually see, because she lives in King's Heath, I see her on the bus quite a lot with her son. And, we just see her out and around. Very good, yeah. I think we've just really worked really well together. Birgit is very communicative. She's very driven, and she wanted to get it right for us, and that was really nice, and I appreciated her coming around to our house and discussing everything with us. So yeah, it was very good, and we're friends, socially we're friends as well. So what I like about Change Kitchen is the way she just works so nicely with all the people that are from the Fireside charity. These people are people who've experienced some really difficult situations in life. They've experienced homelessness, possibly mental health problems, possibly addiction, that kind of thing. And I just think the way that she's got them there serving us in a really professional way, I think that's wonderful, and that's really why she's got my vote, because I think anyone can set up a catering company, but not everybody can work with people who are so vulnerable in society. And for me, that's the big plus point. And In terms of food, I think, I have to go for the Bavarian green bean salad. But yeah, I'd say the salads and the canapés are really nice as well. Yeah. I didn't, on the day, I was running around so much that I didn't get to enjoy the food. Ironically, I didn't really get to enjoy the food because I had 2 little children, 2-year-olds and a 6-month-old to look after. Obviously, they're bigger now. I didn't have time to relax and eat my food. But since then, I've been at events where Birgit's done the catering and I've been able to sit down and just enjoy. And I really like the fact that she uses vegan mayonnaise and vegan ketchup, that kind of thing. I'm not vegan myself completely, but we are a soy milk household. We don't really have milk. And I love vegan foods. I really like vegan foods. They're almost better than vegetarian ones because you have to be more inventive. I wouldn't touch vegan cheese, and I once bought vegan tuna, and that was one of the biggest mistakes in my life. But I think vegan food is really lovely because you have to blend in, you have to make more use of the vegetables as opposed to relying on dairy. Because I'm a little bit flexible, so I'm a bit weird because I'm 95% vegetarian. I will eat a bit of seafood, and I will eat, when we're abroad, because I've lived in Spain and Portugal, South America, where they eat a lot of meat. When we're overseas, I will eat a little bit of, let's say if there's a meat stew or something, I will eat a bit of it. And if there's a fish dish, that's always a possibility for me. But my husband and his family are really stuck when it comes to going somewhere to eat because it's usually just the same old thing, like a vegetable bake or, pasta with tomato sauce, in places where they haven't really thought it through for vegetarians. It's just, chuck something together that's easy, that doesn't contain meat. So I think the greatest threat to being vegetarian is just other people's lack of imagination, because there are so many beautiful fruits and vegetables out there. You can do so much with vegetarian and vegan cooking. I'd say with vegan, yes, it is a little bit more challenging because you can't rely on cheese and butter and that kind of thing. But I honestly think, I went to a wedding just before our wedding, and the vegetarian option was this disgusting kind of vegetable bake that was just, a 10-year-old could have done better at school. It was really not palatable at all. And we were just served that, and that was it. There was no other options, whereas everyone else in the wedding party had options. And I just think it's just lack of thinking through what would constitute a vegetarian dish. And I think anyone who's a chef in a restaurant has got no excuse, because you just need, if you've got the skill to put food together, all you need to do is look on the internet for a bit of inspiration. Okay, and I think, if I can do it, and I'm not a great cook, but I can serve up every night. I do a home cooked vegetarian meal, and I do a vegan meal on Sundays. I've got a recipe where I put no dairy in whatsoever. And I think there's no excuse for lack of imagination, really. It's laziness. When we're abroad, in France, for example, meant to be the best cuisine in the world, and we go there a lot because my parents live there part of the year. And Joe gets, I can eat a bit of fish, that's when I'll eat a bit of fish. Joe is, I think he just got sick of, just a plate of chips and a goat's cheese tart, that's all they would ever give. So again, just lack of understanding over there about vegetarianism, and here to a degree. And laziness, lack of just planning. If you just thought about it a little more, you could see what lovely things you can make. Oh, they loved it. They really loved it. They were very, very complimentary, very, very much enjoyed the food. You know what, I do feel in my wedding that I'd had one of those cameras on my head, because I was racing around and I don't remember a thing, and I wish that I'd just recorded everything on my head, But yeah, people liked it. They liked it. I was so impressed by the people who served us. I just was so impressed by their level of professionalism. People who have, wouldn't get that opportunity. That for me really is a massive thing in Birgit's company, that they They're so professional and so friendly. If I set up a social enterprise, I would do the same as what she's doing. I think what she's doing is wonderful. I just don't have that. I can't do it right now. I've got 2 young children. If I didn't have that, yeah, I would be setting up like I'm really. Well, I'm not very good at sewing, but I would love to just get into sewing. If I didn't have children, I would love to set up a sewing cooperative and working with people who otherwise wouldn't get an opportunity to learn a skill or use their skills that they've already got, and then make things that we can actually sell to the public. And I would like to do that very much. I just haven't got. I can't do it right now. I need to be quite conservative with what I do. I've got 2 young children. I can't take too many business risks. So yeah, I would definitely. I think what she's doing is really wonderful. I think so many companies nowadays. Look at these tax dodging companies, and you look at just corporate greed. It's just not on at all. They don't pay the taxes. They pay minimum wages to people. So yeah, I definitely share those views. When you think, in contrast, how selfish other companies can be, just purely. If they do something for charity, there's all this corporate social responsibility, ticking a few boxes. I went to a meeting last week at a very swish law firm in town for my asylum steering group meeting. That was through corporate social responsibility. We had this contact, and so we could, use this very, very posh place, and that's nice. I'm grateful. But it's easy for them just to let us out to use it. What she's doing is she's giving her business. She's giving her time to train up these people. Delicious and imaginative, drawing on old. I love the way Birgit draws upon recipes from her cultural homeland, from Bavaria, and makes them into vegetarian and vegan delicacies. Yeah, delicious, very nice. I've read about some wonderful ones. There was one I read about recently in London. There was a man that just packed in his job in the city, just couldn't take it anymore, and I suppose he probably had quite a lot of money behind him, so that's a bonus. He worked with homeless people, recycling old furniture and selling it on. And there is a big market for that the shabby chic look and that kind of thing. So if you know where to source the right items, you can build a successful business. And he's there working, not just giving money to homeless charities, he's working with them. He's working with each individual to give them skills, to give them something in life that they can aim for, which I think is totally invaluable. If you can just change a handful of people's lives and get them on the track to being a skilled person who understands about what they're capable of doing and their own self-worth, and they can go off and earn their own way. I think that's a wonderful thing. It really is. It's better than just giving money to a charity. As far as I'm aware, it's the only kind of the only vegan pop-up restaurant around Birmingham that I know of. And she's working exclusively with people who otherwise wouldn't get jobs. So she's working with this vulnerable group of people. So that's what makes it unique. The fact that Birgit herself is a really unique person as well. I've not met her. Well, I think I met her husband, but not properly. She's a unique person because she's so driven. Being German, she stands out even though she speaks fluent English, and she's very much a Brummie, but she is still German, and so she brings an interesting European twist to her recipes that we possibly otherwise wouldn't have by someone who just grew up here. It makes it unique just because of its business model and her sheer determination and focus and vision.